Sports. NBA action. It's coming up with two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, Allie LaForce, our reporter. This game against Toronto is the first time they've met this year.
Last season, they swept this team, though both were struggling throughout the year.
Now here's Dort. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. Well, it was the Toronto Raptors winning their last game against the Memphis Grizzlies. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
Yeah, their guys really got after it on the glass. Sometimes that's the difference maker between a win and a loss.
GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor and finishes off the break.
Now, here is Young. Outside, Dort. A three ball. Buries the long-range jumper.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
Here's Williamson. Kept alive. A second chance effort. He lays it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Young drives in. Here's Garland. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Out to White. Pass to Williamson. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Ingram. And it's Williamson missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that position.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Fader on the way. And the shot is good.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Now here's Ingram. His scoring numbers are pretty strong. He's up there at 21 points a game on average. Nailed from three-point land.
Garland feels comfortable from just about anywhere beyond the arc, including that short corner.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. The first player that Coach mentioned was Zion Williamson. He said, we don't see anyone like Zion all year. His power is unmatched, but Zion also has the touch and burst. We have to create a wall around the basket. Now, we've seen Zion play, and I think he's going to break through that wall more than once. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Here's White. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Over Young. Young with the steal. And now, here comes Young, leading the break. Spurs passing it around. Here's Wembanyama. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Williamson, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
And when he's healthy, Zion is a force, an athletic freak who makes an impact on both ends.
And both free throws good for Williamson. Greg, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
Ingram wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Ingram's got 5 now.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
Now here's Williamson. He's got 6. And the dunk by Williamson.
And you see the decision-making Williamson possesses. Phenomenal with the reads in terms of the defense and just taking what's available.
It's stolen by White. Poked loose. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Toronto calls timeout. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. Trailing by 5. Pass to Williamson. Back to White. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
San Antonio leading by 5. Wembanyama down low. He has 6. To the left side wing. Young looking it over. 5 on the clock. Another shot. And it's good on the layup.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Raptors trailed by 7. White with it. Still without a basket. Puts up a deep 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Back to White. The tray. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Now Young. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Williamson with it. Leonard picks him up. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Young outside. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Oh, crafty move there by Young, finessing his way around the contact.
Williamson, the screen. Down low. Over to the wing. 6 to shoot. Good defense by Wembanyama.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Back to Young. Wembanyama up top. This one for 3. Right-hand shot is off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
White, good.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery stand, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
He misses the free throw. And Stan, while in New Orleans, you had a chance to coach Zion Williamson. Now, I've heard you talk about him before, but what's something special about Zion that maybe the average fan doesn't see?
Well, Kevin, that's a great question, because I think what happens a lot of times with Zion, his athleticism is so exceptional that it's hard not to watch and focus on that. But Zion is both very, very smart and a very unselfish player. Nothing makes him happier than an assist to a teammate.
That's a terrific assessment. Now, here is Young. Pass to Hampton. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Toronto. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
A constant threat around the rim. Gordon is an agile big who just throws it down with ease.
And here is Hampton. Here's Achua, covered by Mitchell. Here's Whitehead. Here's Hampton. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Vassell. Shot clock reset for Toronto. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the pick. Goes back up. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And that high release point really helps Vassell in that mid-range area.
It's Young on the wing. For the 3. Drills it from outside. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
And it's Vassell in the corner. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Vassell's got his 2nd bucket tonight. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Young. Pass to Whitehead. Toronto grabs the miss. He takes it in. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Raptors lead by 1.
Yeah, that's a great find by White. He's such a clever and deceptive combo guard.
And it's Vassell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. 2nd team foul.
It's stolen by Adams. Now the Raptors moving it up. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Vassell wide open. From outside off the mark. The shot by Hampton with no one around. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's the Raptors leading by a...
The Raptors 30.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, their coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break. They are just killing them on the interior.
Garland surveying the D. Yep, that one goes. Garland's got 5 points so far.
He's a high-volume jump shooter for a reason. Garland has tremendous touch from almost anywhere.
Pass to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
There's Garland. Adams, some nice D. Raptors leading by 3. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
He's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Pass to Adams. There's a good screen. Fires away from outside. It's hauled in by Achua. Spurs trail by 5. Now, here's Hampton. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Hampton's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
Outside Garland. Clock at 6. The 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
From past the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And here is Hampton. 6 points for him. For 3, Ingram. It's hauled in by Adams.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Toronto calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. It's stolen by Wembanyama. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Ingram with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Wembanyama finishes off the break.
And hard to miss the wide open man that time. Kudos to Young for finding it.
Second shot opportunity. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Raptors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Here's Williamson. He slams it down right on top of Brandon Ingram.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Here's, oh, that's the highlight of the night. Wembanyama.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Williamson, the screen. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Wembanyama, a screen. Young's shot is off.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Spurs. They host the 76ers after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama too much inside.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to White. Shoots the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. White's got the lead up to 7 now for Toronto.
And White understands his role on this team. They look to him to drain that jumper.
And it's Ingram missing. So with Brandon Ingram's height and his shooting ability, Stan, he can get about any shot he wants, can't he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people. And he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
What a fun player to watch. And the Spurs making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
Over in the corner, White. Pass to Furphy. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Ingram with it. Shakes him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Stan, I look at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scores along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram does.
What a talent. And so he makes both from the line. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. It's stolen by Hampton. Now here's Ingram. 7 points in the game. Spurs working the ball around now. Inside. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
The rebound by Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, and they hold the lead in spite of his cold shooting night. He has not been able to get it going.
Puts the move on. Here's Ingram. Count it. Good. Ingram's got 4 points this quarter.
And this is what you want more of. Ingram has to keep being aggressive like this.
Pass to Furphy. Fires the three. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Fires from 18. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Lets it go with the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 5.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort. Back
to Achua. Pass to Hampton. That shot misses.
How'd that move work out? The important part is to get the ball in the basket, not to make the highlight reel. Come on.
Here's Furphy. Still scoreless. Good work there as it goes. And now an 8-point Raptor lead.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Here's Ingram. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Back to White. Raptors need to get a shot off. Fires the three. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Young. Here he goes. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
At his best when attacking the rim. Young not settling for a jumper, putting the onus on the D.
White left side. Ingram with the steal. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, great hands and great hustle there. Ingram making an impact with his defense.
And he drives in. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Pass to Wembanyama. Easy money for Wembanyama.
Well, this is shaping up to be a special night for him. Started out well and is only turning it up here in quarter 2.
Here's Furphy from deep. Knocks down the 3 ball. Furphy's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Good on the shot. He's got 11.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Into the lane. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And stolen by Wembanyama. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Right side, White to the wing on the left. Pass to Williamson. It's not going to go for him. Nice defense from Dort. Here's Wembanyama. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Dort misses.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Hampton. Triple from the wing. Hampton's got 9.
And smart of Garland to stay flexible, finding a teammate instead of forcing that one.
Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Raptors lead by 1. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
And you can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish.
First team.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama with an evasive move.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Furphy. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Wembanyama with plenty of space. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Pass to Adams. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Well, Devin Vassell has flown under the radar for a long time and passed a lot of fans, Coach. But we've seen him. He can fill it up.
Yeah, Kevin, look, he is an outstanding shooter. He's got great footwork. He can score at all 3 levels. He reminds you a bit of DeMar DeRozan, but maybe even with more of a three-point shot.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Adams taking his time here. Vassell outside. Just 5 to shoot. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And there is no hesitation on Vassell's catch-and-shoot jumpers. Any sort of room, and he's letting it fly.
Young's shot is off.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Vassell. The 15-footer. That's short off the rim. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. Garland, no good. Adams with it. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Adams outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Here's Young. 11 points in the game. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Wembanyama.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Adams outside. Gordon a screen. To the paint. It's deflected. And stolen by Wembanyama. The wide open look here for Garland. It's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Now it's a 5-point Spurs lead. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
Spurs leading by 3. Now Ingram. He's got 16. shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Oh, an aggressive take from Ingram inside, earning the whistle in the process.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Free throws, good for Ingram. Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Williamson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Not a guy you can stop by fouling. Williamson too focused and too powerful.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game. And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Let's hear it for you.
And that one misses. Spurs leading by 3. Over in the corner, Dort. And here is Ingram. He's got 18. Shot clock at 6. Goes up the baseline. Toronto grabs the miss. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Pass to Williamson. And stolen by Achua. Ingram outside. Six to shoot. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Raptors trail by 3. And Garland comes to help. Williamson outside. Out to White. Shoots. It's hauled in by Achua.
Yeah, tough to make those jumpers when you are guarded that closely.
Ingram outside. Back to Garland. Pass to Dort. Outside Garland. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Over in the corner, Williamson. Nice defense from Dort. Spurs leading by 3. Right side, Garland. To end the cold streak. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Number 25.
Wily move by Ingram. Able to come up with the foul and get that shot in the air.
First free throw is good. The Raptors making a switch here. Both free throws good for Ingram.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting,
that'll help them seal the deal.
Stolen by Garland. And it's White with the rebound.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Pass to Drummond. Drummond is doubled. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
Yeah, I love the aggressiveness from Drummond. Fighting for his shot while taking the foul.
For Toronto, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. Free throw, no good for Drummond. And so Garland will bring it up for the Spurs. 3-point lead. Here's Whitehead. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Outside, White. Pass to Drummond. It's hauled in by Achua. Spurs leading by 3. And here is Garland. San Antonio again missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Substitution on court.
Vassell outside. Drummond a screen. And it's all evened up. Vassell's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Wembanyama outside. Wembanyama. And the layup's good off the glass. Wembanyama's got 27.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Vassell right side. Here's Furphy. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Wembanyama outside. And he converts the layup. Wembanyama's got 10 points here in the second half.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
White looking around. Here's Furphy. Drills the three-pointer. Furphy's got his 3rd basket of the night.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Pass to Leonard. Here's Whitehead. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Andre Drummond.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Vassell. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries. 1:53 left in the third quarter. San Antonio trailing here. Outside Garland. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Dort misses. Outside White. Pass to Furphy. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Dort.
Clearly a foul.
Team foul.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And also, got to be impressed with their interior play, getting in the paint and figuring out ways to score.
A 3 from Wembanyama.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Vassell outside. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
You watch Vassell. He's a prototype wing for this era. Has length, skill, and plays both ends of the floor.
And he makes all 3. Spurs trail by 6. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Dort. Bounce pass Ingram. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Wembanyama.
I love the intensity dial up here from a defensive standpoint in the second half. Doing a much better job.
Pass to Furphy. Launches a 3. San Antonio with the rebound.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Young up top. What a terrific move that was. Young's got 13 points.
And even though it wasn't a great screen, he found a way to create some space.
Devin Vassell has been on display for the Raptors. Offense. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Spurs trail by 4. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, that's only his first turnover of the game, but you know he'd like to have that one back.
And here's Toronto. Pass to Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
That's just all Zion. Once he gets that close, he's zoned in on capitalizing no matter what.
Now Dort. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Now here's White. Williamson, the screen. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Wembanyama, a screen. Out to the right wing. Count it. Wembanyama's got 31.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive. But he can't do it all by himself.
Williamson outside. There's the double team with Dort. Good on the bucket. And the Raptors lead by 6.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Told his guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over. You need to go out there and take control now. We'll see how it looks coming out of the timeout. Guys?
Thank you, David. Outside for Wembanyama. Wembanyama, a screen. And that one's good. Ingram.
And this is what Ingram can do for you. Make a variety of shots over the course of a game. Tonight, he has been unstoppable.
Beyond the arc. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. coaches notice that extra effort.
And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Ingram's got 12 points in just the second half. Right side, White. Over Young. Lock at 6. It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
Young outside. To the inside. Fast break Toronto. All going up court. Wembanyama with the rebound. Spurs trail by 5. Here's Young. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Outside, White. Five to shoot. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Just 3 to shoot. Here's White. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Leonard brings the double team. Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Here's Wembanyama to take the lead. And shot off. Outside, White. There's the triple. It's good. In that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Pass to Young. Launches it. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Toronto leading by 3. White with it. To the middle. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of it.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen. Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
The Spurs making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for your Spurs. Number 10, Darius Garland.
Out to White. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Back to Ingram. Leonard on the wing. There's a screen by Achua. Rebound by the Raptors. Outside, White. into the paint. Leonard with the steal. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. Oh, Wembanyama, a floater.
He's unguardable. Nobody been able to contain him here in the fourth quarter. Now 4 of 5 from the field.
Mr. Williamson. Down low. Out to White. And stolen by Leonard. Garland, that's for 2. Again, the Spurs, good for 2. Toronto trailing. Shot to stop the run. It's good.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Over to the left wing. And here's Ingram from the arc. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Ingram's got 28.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Precious Achiuwa.
What an impact White makes, whether he has the ball in his hands or not.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Ingram. 6 on the shot clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Wembanyama, no good.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
Leonard with the ball. Wembanyama outside. Back to Leonard. Spurs working the ball around now. Kicks it out to Garland. A three-pointer is right on target. Garland got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Here's Williamson. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Brandon Ingram. On the free throw, no good.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
He throw good, Wembanyama. And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. First of all, there are not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along. And then come with the skills that he has on a court, the length, his mobility, how fluid he is. It's unprecedented.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Garland. The layup missed. Raptors trailed by 3. Outside, White. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Out to White to tie it up. Good on the triple. White's got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And it's Leonard, top of the key. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Whitehead. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. And the Spurs lead by 3. Now Williamson. The 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Wide open look. Wembanyama, no good.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
This is what you love about Williamson. On the shorter side for a big man, but he's developing the pump fake as an equalizer.
He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them the lead.
Well, the miss is unfortunate, but he still manages to put them ahead. Barely.
Outside Garland. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And there's Garland coming up big. His confidence has to be through the roof.
.58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It falls!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Inside. Back to Garland. He's looking for Wembanyama and finds him. Money!
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate. Exactly when his team needs him.
Williamson with it. Leonard picks him up. Here's the three. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. And that's an intentional foul. It's the first that will put them up by 2. Can't knock it down, and they really needed that one. And it's the Raptors' ball. There's the drive. From downtown. Off target from downtown. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
And the Raptors call time here. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's what's your take?
Well, it's going to take a miracle for them here, or actually a miracle three-pointer and a foul. This one's over.
Off the inbound pass. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the